Hey everybody, welcome back to God's Detail YouTube channel. I'm Trevor and this is Gary Miller. He is the owner of God's Detail. He is the chief cook and bottle washer there. And if you're looking for any kind of automotive detailing, car detailing in Edmonton, he's the guy to talk to. Today we're going to be talking about understanding what detailing means to a professional and what to ask for when considering a detail, okay? Because it's not the same thing as what you think as to what a pro thinks. So we're going to go over that definition today so you have a better understanding when you talk to an automotive detailer so that you aren't surprised with the quote you get back. Okay, so we have a quote today from Colin Powell. There are no secrets to success. It is a result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure.
True enough.
Absolutely. Now, one thing, a fun fact, 61% of people admit to leaving garbage in their car. I'm guilty. I have garbage in my car.
I'm guilty too, actually.
Like, not trash bags, not usually, but you know, I've got, oh, it's funny because we used to take our trash in the car and drive down to the bin. And sometimes we'd forget to stop at the bin. So we'd be driving around going, why is this my garbage in here? That's why, because we forgot to stop at the bin. Happens. It's happened at least twice.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway, so moving on from there, Gary, maybe fill us in on a little bit about the confusion that happens with detailing and when people are asking on the phone. You know, let's get into it.
Yeah, certainly. Frequently, when I first started this business, people would call up and say, how much do you charge for detail? And I think to most people, what they're really saying is they want to know how much to clean their car on the outside and the inside. But to me, when it's my livelihood and my business, that could mean anything from a $150 clean all the way up to $3,000, $4,000 worth of detailing activity on the vehicle. So we need to ask the questions. What exactly are you looking for in a detail? And some people have a good idea of what they want, others do not. And so hopefully the details that we come up with in this little segment here will help people to know what they can afford, what they want, what their needs are, and how to ask the professional that they're inquiring of.
Perfect. Okay, Gary, so first point that you want to talk about today is budget. How much are you wanting to invest in your vehicle? Maybe talk a little bit about that.
Yes, as I alluded to earlier, a car detail can range anywhere from a simple car wash, which would be around $30, $40, or even as cheap as $20. You know, go through a drive-through at, say, a Shell car wash, all the way up to $3,000, $4,000, and actually higher. If you're the Prince of Dubai, it costs you $250,000. But you want to know before you call what kind of money, what your budget is going to be, and what you feel that is a worthwhile investment into your vehicle. So that is, well, pretty straightforward, isn't it? You know, do I want to spend a very little amount of money? And as the old saying goes, you get what you pay for. So if you want to spend a small amount of money, you're not going to get a high-end detail going into every nook and cranny, cleaning the vehicle and making it look brand new. If you want to spend a gargantuan amount of money, then you're going to get a lot of detail put into your vehicle, a lot of protection built into it, a lot of flash put into it, and just overall, wow, this is a really stunning show vehicle. So you need to determine what your budget can handle. And if it's going to be monthly, if it's going to be semi-annual, if it's going to be every quarter, or if it's just a one-off if you're selling it, or just giving it as a gift to somebody.
All right, so think about the budget, also think about the kind of vehicle you have. Number two, time. How much time do you have to get your vehicle detailed? Because, you know, it's not like a drive-through car wash, right?
That is very correct. I think the most common question or request that I get is to get the vehicle shampooed. The second you're introducing shampoo onto a cloth seat or into a carpet, you now have to have that thing dried, especially in our climate where it's cold and not very warm. Because liquid, if left undealt with, i.e. left wet, and in an enclosed area such as the carpet underneath the rubber mat, that thing's going to turn to a rancid odor in about 48 hours or less. And so you need to understand that it takes time to dry, and there's fans involved, there's heat involved. So when people call me about doing that, for me personally, it usually takes 6 to 8 hours to do a full, complete interior on a mid-size SUV or a 4-seat cab of a truck or a sedan. And so that includes going through every nook and cranny. That includes going through doing the headliner if needed, the windows, the glass, everything. The car comes out looking just like it, well, as much as we can, brand new. Yeah. So you're looking at 8 hours. If you only have 3 hours or an hour, we'll be able to do a quick wipe down. We'll be able to do vacuuming, but we're not going to get into every area. We're certainly not going to get into the nooks and crannies that are underneath and in between seats that we simply can't reach without removing something, because the time frame just isn't there. And then if you want a longer, more work done, such as paint correction and polishing, then you could potentially be looking at anywhere from 3 to 4 days. So you need to consider, again, according to your budget and according to what you want and the time factor. How long can you leave the vehicle? What can you do when you don't have the vehicle? Because, well, I remember the one saying where you can pick any two of the three: cost, quality, or speed. And
pick two.
Yeah, pick two, because you just can't have it all, contrary to popular opinion. So
exactly,
I would say time is probably the biggest factor when people figure out how long it takes.
Yeah. So expect to not be having your vehicle right away when you go for a good detail. All right, the next one, desire. What do you want to see accomplished with the vehicle?
Yeah, and this plays into the next point as well. They're kind of connected here, but I personally wish that I had a mansion in a tropical area.
Sure.
And my desire doesn't necessarily correspond with what my time and what my budget is and what I actually need. So in helping to determine budget and time, I need to first of all figure out, what do I want for my vehicle? Do I want this to look and smell like a pristine, fresh out of the factory kind of vehicle? Or do I want it to be clean, comfortable, and daily use and efficient time-wise for me? Understanding my desire and what I actually need, the purpose of the vehicle, is going to help me determine whether I should be asking my detailer if I should be spending a lot of money or a little bit of money, and how much time I should be spending in there.
Yeah. Okay. And then the next thing is, of course, need. What do you need to be accomplished with the vehicle? Right. What's the purpose, right?
That's right.
When we call and talk about packages, you may need to have a little cheaper than a single service, but not truly address your need and desire. So maybe talk a little bit about the packages and what that means, and helping determine what the customer actually should get.
Yeah, packages are designed to compress or make more efficient a detailing experience, not only for the customer but for the company. So companies want to make money, and so they're going to identify the most common factors and put those together and reduce the price, just not a tremendous amount, but they're going to reduce it some in order to give a more of a price appeal to customers. However, they are going to eliminate some factors that you may need in your detail. And so when you come across packages in bigger companies across the board, they're often putting add-ons at an extra charge in order to make that package fit your need and your desire, your time and your budget. And sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it's better just to say, this is what I'm looking for. What can you do for me? How long is it going to take? I love that the KISS rule, keep it simple. And when you come across those kind of when you can go into a detailing shop and they are able to simplify and make your life just straightforward, and you know what you're getting, and you know the time frame, and you know the budget, then you're coming away from it feeling better about your investment.